Hello, all.
Hello. Sorry.
Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, can everyone hear us?
Yeah, Ken. Hi, Gail. Hi, Melody. Hi, Nana. Hi, Billy. Hi, Ali. Hi, Audie. Hi, Robert. Danielle. Diamond Queen 2020.
Oh,
Elizabeth Adams. I'm naming
they
all of
all
them.
here. They ready. They ready.
Yeah, this is exciting.
It is. And we are kicking off. This is our big kickoff for our Love
Yes,
is
it
in
is.
the Air. And I'm so excited because basically what it means is it just represents what love means to you, to each individual person, their craft, what they enjoy doing about the craft, their project. I'm excited because we get to see everyone's heart and their personality come through what they are working on. So with that said,
Exactly.
what I would like to do is I'm going to first and foremost introduce Rivka. You guys have seen her in our community.
Hi.
She lives in Australia. I met Rivka, it's been, I think, almost a year. Was doing one of our DP-a-thons, maybe the first one last year.
Yes, it was
And
around March, I believe.
yeah, about March of last year. And so one
Mm-hmm.
of the things that stood out the most to me, and I brought it back up to you when we talked about this in September, was your love story of how you and Jeffrey met. And you were talking about the
Yes.
sacrifices that you made and things. So this title, which is Love is in the Air, it felt completely natural when we were like trying to think of what we were going to do because I still
Mm-hmm.
think about how you talked
And
about you guys meeting, your sacrifice,
if
some of the downfalls and the pitfalls that you had in even trying to put your love together. So, give us a little snippet and a little tidbit of your love story and then kind of tie it into what you are working on.
okay. My love story started all the way back when I met Jeff on IMVU. Now, I'm not sure if anyone knows what IMVU is, but IMVU is a chat site. It's not a game, it's a chat site. And my husband and I met in a Christian room. And first time I met him, he asked me to dance with him. And all we talked about was the Heavenly Father at the time. And then going from there, he was dating someone else at the time. He was dating someone else at the time when I met him. I wasn't dating anyone, but he was dating someone else at the time, and he told me we became friends. That's the first thing you do is you become friends with the person that you get to know. And when Jeff and I met, um, it was amazing. I don't know how to explain. I just felt really connected to him.
Mhm.
And what happened was he told me in a private messaging, you see, in IMVU, you have private messaging, and he told me if she keeps doing what she's doing, she's going to end up losing me. I'm like, okay. Because she kept going up and down, saying, I hate you, I love you, I hate you, I love you, I hate you, I love you. Um, Jeff and I always had like a very strong friendship before we became in love, if that makes sense. The big one
Mhm.
was we had the love of the Heavenly Father first. That was important to us. And then we started talking. Now, what's interesting is my husband. He got this message from the Heavenly Father: send her money. Now, he only got that twice in his lifetime, and I was the second person. And he goes and says, "I'm to send you money." I go, uh, "Okay. Let me have your bank account." No. First answer, no. Um, he goes and says, "Okay, how am I supposed to send you this money then?" I go, "There's Western Union." So he sent it through Western Union, and what happened was it paid for my internet to stay on for the next 6 months, so I didn't lose contact with him. After that, a week later, I got in my spirit from the Heavenly Father, "This is the man I wanted you to marry, not the other guy." So, long story short, he paid for everything to get me here in Australia. He paid for my driver's license privileges to be restored. He paid for my passport. He paid for my visa. Now, it was a temporary visa, but he paid for my visa. He paid for the plane tickets. He paid for everything to get me over here. We were dating online for 9 months. 9 months dating online, talking to each other via Skype, via Facebook. I don't think we had Facebook. No, via IMVU, via Skype, and via phone call, which I called my husband on the phone. Lots of times when I was walking to work, and yes, I used to work. I worked in in what you call assisted living home or an old folks home. I'm sorry, that's an old term, but yeah, an old folks home, and I worked in the laundry. But after working in the laundry, it was dark. So I used to have a fear of the dark. And I would call my future husband and say, keep talking to me until I walk all the way home. And he did, and that kept us, and we talked about our likes, our dislikes, our favorite foods, our not so favorite foods. And we also kept talking about the Heavenly Father, and we talked about a lot of different things during that time. Now the time comes in April, well, actually in March, like I said, he paid for my divorce from my ex-husband. He paid for it. And in that divorce, I got in my spirit from the Heavenly Father, take your birth name, the birth name that was given to me, on your birth certificate, take that name back. Now, I was known by a different name, and no, not by my ex-husband's name. I'm talking about my birth name was not used. I was raised by my grandparents. And because I was raised by my grandparents, it was hard to explain. I was raised by my grandparents. I took their last name, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I went by that last name pretty much all my life. And when I pulled away, when I pulled away from my ex-husband, the ex-marriage I used to have, I was told, take my birth name back. Now, what's amazing about that is I kept trying to get my divorce in the last, let me see, in the last 4 years when I was separated from him. I kept getting my divorce. And each time he said, no. Well, I got in my spirit from the Heavenly Father, do not bring up anything about the past. Just say, get your birth name back, and that's it. So I did exactly what was told to me. I got my birth name back, and then my husband paid for my divorce. And on the 22nd of March, I was divorced from my ex-husband. 22nd of March. So I was a free woman when I went to Australia. And when I came to Australia, my husband, he only had, the thing about this is that my husband only had a picture up and his voice. That's all I went by. And by that picture, he only had he had a hat and he had a shirt, I remembered. And he came in, and I got off the plane, and I was looking all over for him, and I saw the hat and I saw the shirt. And I ran right to him. And when I ran to him, I hugged him and I kissed him for the very first time. And we knew we were for each other. And then we had to wait a month and a week to get married because they have in the Australian law that you have to wait a month and a week or a month before you can get married to each other.
Okay.
So we waited for a month and a week. And then after that month and a week, we became married and been married for almost 8 years.
Well, there you
So
go.
I'm very happily married to this man. I even got a beautiful, beautiful coin that commemorates our eight years of marriage.
I love that. I love that. And so you met online, obviously. That's very difficult in today's day and age to meet
Mm-hmm.
online, to feel like you met the one, the
Hi,
person that
everyone.
completes you. And then after you meet online and they're the one, they complete you for you to be able to foster a loving relationship and for it to last. Did you ever think you'd end up on some television show? Something
No.
controversial, like
I
something
never
like
thought I
the
was
Geode?
ever going to be on even YouTube, to be honest. I never
What?
thought I was going to be honest, I never thought I was going to be on YouTube. I never thought I was going to be where I am now. One thing I can tell you about my marriage to my amazing husband is this is to commemorate our love for each other. This is Jeff sitting here, and this is me, and we're just snuggling up to each other. And it com- it,
Oh.
it combines mine and my husband's love together. This thing, when it's done, this painting, when it's done, is going to go into a beautiful. Um, I'm not sure if it's going to be a desk or if it's going to be, but I always want to put it into some type of furniture.
I can definitely understand that. Well, I love the
Well,
painting. I
if you
seen it. I think when we first talked about doing the collab, I was going to get the same painting. The cover painting coming into my collab, that was another painting that I really loved and wanted to do. I couldn't decide on anything. I was into so many other things. One thing that opened up for me when I went to the retreat is that there are so many other crafts out there. Not that I
Mhm.
was getting burnt out on diamond painting. I definitely was not getting burnt out on diamond painting. I think for me, it could be overwhelming trying to push them, push through and get them all done, so that you can get to the next favorite diamond painting. And so, going to the crafting retreat, it allowed me the opportunity to appreciate other crafts and to kind of fall for some other things. So I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so excited, If anybody who's been watching the channel and kind of following, you guys definitely know that I fell completely in love with clay, and I've been doing a lot of clay
Mhm.
projects. And so some of the other things that I've been doing, obviously I've gotten into planners. I had started trying to plan before, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like playing with stickers and things like that. What I like about the series that Crystal from Crystal's Crafty Creations, what I like about that series is that it gave me direction. It told me what I can put in there. It told me how I can track it. I don't
Mhm.
look at the blank pages and feel like, oh my God, what do I put on here? I can do something that is, that's for me. I can set it up to my needs and things. So I really did enjoy that part of the planner. And then we're working on the temperature blankets. So I must have been away from crochet for quite a while. I have frogged my temperature blanket 3 separate times. And what they mean by frog is you've started, you're working a stitch, and the next thing you know,
Mhm.
you got to pull it out and start again.
Yeah,
So,
that's one thing my husband never will ever understand. He says, "If you're crocheting and you can do that, and let's say you make me a beautiful sweater and I get snagged, it snags, and it'll just pull completely out. I said,
Well, we can go in, we can try and fix it.
yeah, we can try and
So,
fix it.
yeah, we can try and fix it. So, but it has been fun. It's been a while. Used to be when I would work on a crochet project, I definitely would, I would pick the pattern that I was going to work, no issue, no problem, and start working
Mhm.
it. Now I see one project someone else is doing in a stitch, and I love it. And I want to, maybe this one looks so boring, so let me move over there. And then I'll start on that. Like I fell in love with Marissa's corner to corner stitch.
Mhm.
And then I seen some like Tunisian stitch. It came up, I was on Instagram and I have been looking at new crochet needles, just something with a nice, thicker, comfortable handle. And next thing
Mhm.
they send you ads based on the things that you search. So I'm starting to get all these different crochet needles, and I saw a Tunisian crochet stitch, and I thought, oh, oh,
That's
oh,
awesome,
let me try
Melody.
this. Let me try this. So, back
Hi,
into
Christina.
so it's definitely I guess a labor of love. I'm trying.
Well, for
Um,
me, I will be actually doing that temperature blanket also. But my temperature blanket will not start until March 18th. There's a reason
March
for it.
18th. Okay.
Yes, March 18th. The reason why? It's a new Hebrew year, brand new
Oh, okay.
Hebrew year. And that's when I'll start my temperature blanket. Now, my temperature blanket will also be done a unique way. I'm not going to do it the way everyone else is doing it. I'm going to be doing little granny squares and putting them together at the end.
Okay. I see that. I see that would come out nice also. I mean, I do agree with Marissa when she says it's, about what you make it. I agree there totally. And so I'm
Mhm.
just gonna, try and stick with something. I mean, obviously we're 1 month in, you know. The stitches right now wouldn't be so hard to catch up on, but I got to figure something out.
One of one of my other loves, guys, is resin.
Okay, resin, I can definitely see that. What is the biggest passion that you feel about resin and the craft in and of itself?
Okay, on resin, I can create whatever I want to create. I can make it so unique. Like this one. This was not it's not actually an accident, but I was trying to figure out how to make it look almost like a geode. And I was concerned that it wasn't looking like a geode. So I went and did little swirls to make it look like a geode.
Okay. Explain to us what a geode is.
A geode is a rock that has many. It kind of reminds you of. Oh, if I could show you one of them, that would help. It's a rock that has many different color rings,
Okay.
and when you put it's
Well,
like
I think I know
this,
what you're talking about. Okay.
and usually there's like a hole in there, and you can see some beautiful crystals and everything.
Okay.
I love what Nana just wrote. That's mine.
I
Yes.
saw her claim it earlier today also.
Yeah, she claimed it. She says there is no way anyone's taken that from me.
Okay.
But
Well,
I love working with resin. Like, here's one for Care Bear or for Kara. I made one for Kara. Now the thing is, I was really upset with it. You want to know why? You can see the C, you can see the A, you can see the R, you can see the E. But the B is backwards, guys. Backwards.
okay, I
What
see that.
what what Audie told me is it gives it character. Kara won't care. So yeah, and when I work on resin, it's like a I don't know how to explain it. It's so calming. I put my energy. You use glitter. You use like this one. I'll give you an example. This one is for Tia. I'm going to be adding some little stars of green in there and a little light glitter of green with some white. Not white, but you know what I mean, like clear.
Okay.
And this is actually, if you look at it, has a ladybug right there and a ladybug right there.
Uh-oh, it's coming along. It's coming along, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Well, let me show the project I'm working on because it's so different than the picture that I have when you enter in. So this is the project that I'm going to be working on. It's a quick little project, and the reason is I didn't want to start anything major. We do have the hashtag scales and sparkles along with our hashtag heart. Love is in the air. And so I wanted to do something that represented our collab. This right
Mhm.
here is it was a gift from Nana. So I was watching Wizardry and we were at the retreat and I kept trying to get them and I didn't get them. I had got these gifts in my blessing box and I put them in Crashly's box for her to take home. I thought they were gifts that someone had snuck to give to her. I didn't know that Billy had, bought extra gifts to put into his blessing box, and whoever got that was going to get all these extra. And Nana, she saw that, and she sent me these. I got two of them, and I'm like, oh
Aw.
my God, this is so sweet. So if you saw my show, I gave out like awards to everyone who had attended, and Nana, she got my MVP award. Not only she was like just a joy to everyone. But I kept saying, Nana, give the best hugs. She gave the best hugs. And it was the middle of COVID, and her hugs just felt so good. So I
Mhm.
am doing this little love dream catcher because I love me some Nana, and I really appreciate it when she sent me the gift. I didn't want to start on a project too big, and I said this would be the perfect gift. A project to kick off our Love is in the Air. So I already had it. It was here, and it's already filled with love. Isn't it
Awesome.
gorgeous? Yeah, it's
It
going to
is
be a dream
beautiful.
catcher. So, and I don't have any dream catchers. We were talking one night, I was diamond painting, and I was talking about how my mom's mom, she's Native American. And out of all of the things that I've ever done craft wise, oops, technical difficulty, give me a second.
Okay.
Out of all of the things I've ever done to kind of, honor my grandmother's heritage, I don't have anything in relation to a dream catcher. And so this was my first official dream catcher also. Thank you, Nana. Me love you. Thank you. This is
And this
neat.
one right here is for Wolfpack. That's one I was telling you about. I don't know if it looks
Oh,
like a wolf. I was really panicked when it didn't look like a wolf, but someone says it has the outline of a wolf, and her favorite color is pink. So I made her this with
flip it
this.
around. It could be a gnome. We could give it to Rebecca. Oh, is that what that is right there? Okay. It could be a gnome falling.
And that is the wolf howling.
Oh, I see the wolf howling. I can see that. Is that the same image?
And that's the same image as this. Supposed to be, but I don't know.
Okay.
Bye, autistic. So as you can tell, I do a lot of resin work. That it's one of my passions. It is actually one of my passions. Not that diamond painting isn't one of my passions. I like that too. I have someone who's actually wanting to teach me how to do cross stitch. I don't even know how to.
You don't know how to cross stitch?
Not at all. I got the
Floss
Ada.
tube. Floss tube.
Yeah, I've been
You have
watching
Ada?
Frosted, but it doesn't make sense to me. I have to see it and have someone teach me it, if that makes
Who
sense.
you watching? Marissa is really good at her like step-by-step instructions. I really like her tutorials. I watch Pippa also.
Yeah, I like watching Pippa because, well, she's also Australian. Um,
Well, way to
uh,
go, Australia.
but actually, I do have the Ada. I finally got the Ada. I also have the hoop for it, and I have the floss for it. I've had the floss for a while.
Okay.
But that, believe it or not, I was working on something called, I don't know what it's called when you twirl around a needle and then make it into a design or a pattern. I know what I'm thinking of, but I can't think what it's called. But it's a needle, it's a needlework type of um where you make like flowers or you make like things like that.
Okay. Needlework, huh? My
Yeah,
son is getting a little bit into embroidery.
might be
We'll
an
see.
embroidery type of thing.
Yeah, well, I don't see it being a craft that we do together. Unfortunately, a few of his friends, they are kind of looking into it as well, which means if the fellas is doing it as a group, it'll be a group task. So, but they are, I don't know what's going on with embroidery, but embroidered clothing and things like that is it's a thing amongst the young males, I guess under 26, 27 ish. So when he came to me and he showed me, I was like, oh, okay, here we go. We're gonna have a new project. And he was looking at me, and then his friend comes upstairs, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And so they both had, well, I know my son had a date that night, and so they were going to look at different clothes, gear, and when they got back, they were saying we just need to learn how to do this stuff ourselves. You know, we can make it ourselves the way it's supposed to look, the way we want it to look. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? You know, we talking about making stuff. I'm excited. Mommy wants to be involved, and he showed me what he was talking about. It's gorgeous. It's rose embroidery that they
Mhm.
want to put on like clothing and stuff, workout suits and exercise gear and things like that. It's like that
But
that's detailed. Whew, you know, that
it's
looks.
not it's not punch embroidery. But give me a moment. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I can actually show you one of my towels that I actually did.
Uh-oh, you multitasking. You are all around.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do quite a bit. Honey, in the refrigerator.
Danielle says cross stitching now. Marissa says that's
In the
embroidery.
cupboard, in the
French
cupboard
knot? No, tatting. Punch
is
needle?
a
Okay.
towel with those beautiful roses.
Like to learn how to do that too.
Yeah.
It's tatting. I have a friend who does that along with knitting. I think, yeah, maybe it's
It
like you're
might be a
saying.
French knotting, but I'm not
Oh,
sure.
Nana says he needs an embroidery sewing machine. That's gonna break his heart because I think he's thinking that it'll be something he'll be able to pick up like we did diamond painting and how I crochet and I'm able to just go to the store and get the, supplies and things. I don't know if he'll. I've never done a lot of embroidery. I've seen Brian working on a punch needle, and the thread looks thick. And obviously, this embroidery, I'll have to get a picture of it and post it up so you guys can see it. It is absolutely gorgeous stuff. And if he is able to start to do some things like that, wow, it's taking his wardrobe and the way they shop and what kind of clothes they wear into a whole different realm. But yeah, I mean, they're trying to look good for the ladies and things like that. So
Okay,
who
this
can
is the type of flowers I'm talking about. You take it and sorry, come on, go there. Thank you. Where it pops up. boards like this. So it's embroidery, but it's a special type of embroidery, I think.
I see what you're saying.
These things right here, if I can show you. You twirl it around your needle, and you make about as many as possible, like about 14 twirls. Then you make the designs. I don't know what they're called, but yeah. I've done things like that. I love working with the thing is I'm a multitasker. I really am. Just like Tia just said. I love working with yarn. I crochet. I'm a person who loves to crochet. I've made prayer shawls and stuff like that. And
Okay.
I've made not only prayer shawls, I've actually made my own what you call a pot holder, a crocheted pot holder. One thing I would love to learn is yeah, that's exactly what it is, Audie. Oh, okay, Drea. I'll be praying for you. Good night, Christina. Okay, and back to what I was saying on like I said, I'm a multitasker. I love working with a lot of different things. I want to learn as much as I can. I just, although I don't know if I can do clay. I want to try it out one time, but I'm not sure I could ever be as good as everybody else.
That's the thing. When it comes to clay, there really is like no way of being able to tell. I mean, I can definitely attest to that. I stumble upon some of the greatest sculptures. When I say stumble, I'm literally, in every sense of the word, mean that I am stumbling through sometimes. Have you seen any other challenges with me and Billy and Crashly? It's the
Yeah, I
most
actually
hilarious.
watched it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually watched it. The only thing is I can't get the clay. We have clay over in Australia, don't get me wrong. Um,
Mm-hmm.
One thing I will tell you, Amazon has literally said I cannot buy from them anymore.
What,
Uh,
what'd you do?
I didn't do nothing. They just canceled my account because I stopped having a cell phone. I now have a regular phone, a regular landline phone. And because I have
Mm-hmm.
a regular landline phone, they will not sell to me. So, which is okay. The other thing I wanted to show you is I have, when I talked about resin, I have
I'm
ideas.
freezing.
Guys, back to resin, yeah. I have many different type of ideas. Look at this idea that just popped into my mind of what to make. Now,
What popped in?
this right here. Oh no, sorry to hear that.
I'm back. Baby, I'm back. Oh,
But you
what's that?
remember seeing that?
That a little. You showed those the other day, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, imagine this on the sides, and you're looking on the outside there. Do you see where my creative mind goes?
yep, and you're gonna pour your resin in there. Okay, I get it. Look at you.
Won't that be absolutely beautiful?
It is. You are something
So,
else.
yeah, well, I've always been artistic. I even made my husband. Guys ever heard of plastic canvas?
Yes, that's from like 87.
1987.
Yeah. That's a good one, Mom. Helen says, I finished my diamond painting once upon a December. Took me 3 weeks to do. I work on it from January 6th until January 27th Yay!
Congratulations. Good
Congratulations.
job.
That's a good amount of time too. That's a nice steady
Mhm.
pace. So very proud. So very proud.
For me, I'm what you call a serial starter.
What's that mean?
Serial starter means I love starting a project, but I'll do the project when I want to afterwards.
Oh,
Basically, basically a serial starter is someone who wants to start their projects. I get like uh one third to one half done, and then I go to the next project.
uh-oh.
That's what a serial starter means. I am
Uh-oh.
really planning in my mind to finish this one though. I'm really working on it
Okay.
because this one is actually beautiful and I can't wait. Not that everything else isn't beautiful, but this one is actually beautiful and I can't wait to see how it all turns out.
I can't wait to see how it all turns out either. Hoping.
Because it actually has a lot of mine and my husband's attributes in it, if it makes sense. It has, this is my husband, this is me, and we're cuddling. He would call me his cuddle bunny. That's his little nickname for me, is cuddle bunny. I love cuddling against him. And yeah.
So, since you have so much online experience, and I don't know if you know, but obviously I'm gonna be getting back into the dating world. What is one of the first things that you would recommend someone when going online to set up a profile in 2021?
Um, for me, I didn't go on to a dating profile. That's okay, Nana. Um, I didn't start a dating profile. I never had a dating profile. I was on IMVU. That's where I was when I met my husband. But I did date people beforehand. When I was living somewhere else, and that's how
That was
I
on IMVU, and that's that was a really, it was a long time
chat
ago.
site.
It was,
Oh,
yeah,
they
but I
still
mean,
have it.
there was a ton of hooking up on that site. Like I really do feel like people created their avatar, to be able to have fun with dating and getting to know one another. But I definitely remember a lot of people just, how you doing? What you doing? Hey, beautiful. You're looking at my avatar. How do you? What's going on there? So um,
My
like,
husband had a wonderful word to say about that one.
what's the word?
He said, everyone's avatar is the same, pretty much. Everyone's avatar is the same. You can make yourself look so young looking and so beautiful looking that even if you don't look like that in real, but once you get to
Girl,
know the real person, once you get to know the real person, it's totally different. It's hard to
that's the other
explain.
fear. That's the other fear that I have, trying to date, period. I don't know what it is, but why is people's pictures so old? Nobody's taken a picture in the last 2.5 years. Ha- I mean, obviously you're happy, so you're probably not out there, but I'm sure you have friends and people who are trying to get out there and they're trying to meet someone.
Hi, Susan.
And that's one of the biggest questions that I have is, how come everyone is giving you the concept of who they want to be or who they used to be, as opposed to who they are right now? Because once it's all said and done, I'm getting who you are right now. I
Exactly. And
had a
that's what
guy who,
happened with me.
yeah.
I was on When I was on IMVU, I told him I don't look like this person, this avatar. And I even when I met Jeff, he goes, "Well, no one looks like their avatar." I'm like, "Oh, true,
But
true.
people think they do. That's
No,
the
they
difference.
don't.
Most
Unless you're thin all the way through." And but the thing is, what he fell in love with was not my avatar. He fell in love with my personality. He loved me,
Oh, that's
fell in
so
love with the
beautiful.
person I am. He loved me no matter if I was big, thin, tall, skinny, short. It didn't matter to him. He loved me for me, and that's what mattered.
Go ahead
Hi,
and let us
Cheryl.
know, Jeffrey. We want to hear it. So, yeah, that's one of the other questions. Obviously, the next thing, from dating
Do
is
you want to come in here and mention it? Because
deal
it's a lot
breakers.
easier to mention it than to talk. Don't worry about that. Hi, Helen. So here's Jeffrey.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, when the time came, now you have to keep in mind that my camera on my computer did not work at the time.
Yes, Allie, this is my husband.
And so the fact of the matter is that I could only actually see her. And she was all, I don't know, a little bit shy about it. And she was trying to build up to it and saying, I have to tell you, I don't actually look like this. And I said, it's okay. I'm not 4 inches tall either.
So you're not the size of your avatar. Okay, I like that. I like that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There was a time though when you guys had to at least meet online face to face, right? Because there's these
He had
shows.
his picture and he got to see me on camera.
Okay. But there's these shows where, catfish and things of that nature. And then I haven't dated in a long time, but when I watch these shows, that's what comes to mind. How is it that you guys have been chit-chatting, you guys have been talking, you have not done any type of FaceTime messenger, you haven't had an opportunity to, kind of see each other.
Well, like he was explaining, his camera wasn't working. I only had his picture and his voice. Everyone would say, "Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. You should never went with just hearing his voice and just going by a picture."
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to tell you now is I can read eyes in pictures. I can. And something about Jeff just clicked with me. And like I said, I also had another force. And he told me, this is the man I wanted you to marry, not the other guy that I was married to in the first place. My life has been better since I've been married to this man. Totally better. I can't explain it more than that. I've never had anyone treat me like my husband does. To have someone wake me up in the morning and say, "Good morning, beautiful." Never once in my lifetime had I ever had anyone tell me I was beautiful. When I was living in the United States, I had a lot of abuse that happened to me from a young age, from 2.5 years old all the way till I was 39 years old. So to actually have someone actually say, "Hello, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. Hello, lovely."
That's a gorgeous sentiment.
He treats me better than any man has ever treated me. He has treated me like the princess that the Heavenly Father has made. And I couldn't ask anyone better.
Well, that's beautiful. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry.
It's
This is supposed
happy
to
tears,
be
guys.
love.
Happy tears, okay?
Having fun. Yeah, happy tears. Happy tears. So
It's
I don't
happy
want
tears
to.
because it's telling you the love story between me and my husband. Now do you understand why I chose this one?
I
Do you
definitely do.
understand now why I
Yeah,
chose this one to
I
represent
do.
me and my husband?
Represent you guys. And I think you have an accurate depiction. I think the project that I'm working on definitely is an accurate depiction. Like I said, Nana, she just gave the best hugs. And yeah, it's just a great time at the retreat. I think back, we're talking about love is in the air, and I think back to how we all felt that first day returning. Not a dry eye was in the house, not a dry eye when we were leaving. It was time to go home. We had really clicked, we had really bonded, and the best part about it is that it was all through crafting. So I'm really looking forward to the retreats this year. I hope to recapture, some of what I've been missing and then expand on it because all of the retreats are going to have even more people to love. And so hopefully you guys will come back and you guys will really enjoy the series that we have for this collab this month, February, where we're doing hashtag heart love is in the air. We are going to have some exciting prizes and giveaways. I said prizes like you coming on Prices Right or something. Just giveaways and things like that. We are crafting our little hearts away.
I'm
And
sorry to hear about that, Cheryl. She was telling us that she had 7 kids later live, but he passed away.
yeah.
That's sad.
Oh.
But
So, go ahead.
sorry. But as I was saying, it's amazing when you find your life mate. It's totally different. I remember when I was growing up, asking my grandma. You see, like I said, I wasn't raised by my grandparents. I was raised by my grandparents, not by my mom and my dad.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was not in my life from 2.5 years old. My mom took me away from him and would not tell him where I was. So long story
Sorry to hear
short.
that.
But my dad and I are inseparable. We're close. We're very, very close. When him and I got together, it was like no one could separate us. We were back together like daughter and father should be. And yeah. And like I said, love is in the air. You can tell there's like deep love. And guys, if you're going to the retreats, I'm one of the people that's going to be sending some door prizes to you guys. For you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I am making resin pieces that will be sent in through the sent in to Michigan and to Missouri. So there will be 3 separate door prizes in each one. I'm talking to Jen more about it, and she'll get it all organized for that one. I'm not sure about the Missouri one, but I definitely know the Michigan one will be organized. So I apologize for
Nana,
that cry.
that's okay. Nana, this baby pen came from Pashi Pens. It is what I call a pocket pal. Ah, and I was asked a few weeks ago, right after I first won it, and I showed it. Someone said, "Did you make that?" And I was like, "No, I didn't make that." And so I have been, and I showed this at the end of my pen stash video that I've been fooling around, trying to make some pocket pals. I have a couple of surprises, not just the 2 bump pocket pals. I have a 3 bump pocket pal in the 3-inch and in the 4-inch size. And I'm going to be rolling those out next week so that you guys can see them. They will be a part of some giveaways. I realize that my pens, sometimes my designs and the way that I come about them aren't the best. So I am aiming to wow the socks off of you guys. And I cannot wait until you guys see what I have in store. And I hope that you guys like them because I don't plan on collecting pins. I, I do plan to offer my designs. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. Like Sherry said in her video, We all are doing stuff a little bit differently, even if it's the same product and things. And so that was my goal when I set out to do these a couple of weeks ago. So we will see. We will see. And I hope that, these are amazing and you guys love them and you guys all want them. Hint, hint, hint. But this
And
was definitely the inspiration. And so stay tuned. Before we go, I want to make sure that you guys comment at the end of the videos. Even if you're watching it on a replay, hit that hashtag replay, because a lot of times we will be using those comments after the video to run the contest giveaways that we'll be hosting. Go ahead, Riv.
And these are what I'm making for the giveaways. Handmade resin pieces that will be cover minders.
Look at the beautiful hearts.
I might add a little heart in here. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I can add a little heart in it, or put a little resin there and put a little heart in there. And then it'll be, all I have to do is put on the magnets and then they're ready. But I'm letting you guys know this is my giveaways.
Okay, well, I am that's pretty much all that I wanted. I just wanted to real quickly, kind of say hello, shout outs to everybody. Also wanted to have everyone kind of post to us this first week, what painting, what cross stitch project, what are you working on that tells us hashtag love is in the air for you. So light up the chat, letting us know what you're working on. I'm excited to see what everyone is doing. You will be posting your pictures to Instagram. I did set up for me and Riv our own Instagram, which is hashtag. Make sure you put the heart after the hashtag and then love, LUV, is in the air.
So, like she was saying about Instagram, now I don't know how she's going to put those on the StreamYard. I have never figured that part out. Put the pictures on. You know how someone put pictures on and showing everybody's work? I would love to show those type of works of what other people are working on, but I don't know how to do it.
I think that's a video that they create where they're, So that's a good idea.
Yeah, like we could do it like in the middle of the week, showing everyone's work, and then when we come on, we go in our collab.
Someone wants to say hello.
Hello.
He was coming out earlier, but you guys remember?
Hi.
Justin. Justin was going to do an impromptu with me tonight because he is off for a little while. However, I told him I had a collab. And so he was going to jump in and do something with me real quick. I was telling them about your embroidery, so they are already caught up and how awesome it is.
Cheryl
and the fact that you're not doing it with me.
Cheryl mentioned she missed the explanation. Can you please brief me, please?
The explanation.
You mean the explanation of just?
Odd said you have facial hair. Yes, he has grown that in, Odd. Doesn't he look so old now? He told me he likes it, and I said, "What is this on your? You don't look like mommy's baby anymore." And he said he likes it, all that facial hair.
Well, children do grow up.
Yeah, they do, Riv. I just, it's only been a year, and he grew in a full face. Cheryl, explanation of what? I'm sorry. What did you miss? And we can go back.
The collab. Basically, I was telling you what I'm going to be giving away in the collab. I'm giving away these little hearts. gifts because I handmade them. I might add a little extra trinket to it. You never know. Um, and Tia's given away her pens in the collab, and you have to comment on Tia's lives. What was it that we were? Love is in the air. So hashtag heart. Love is in the air. And then yes, is in the air. And then is there any special question or anything they have to answer?
No, this first week I wanted it to be just a comment and things of that nature. Obviously, introducing
Of what you're working on.
Of what you're working on. There is so many collabs that started up in February. I didn't want to be like really specific so that we could get a lot of people that were just participating, that was just, crafting with us, and like I said, working on projects that spoke to what love meant to them. So that's why when we were talking, like, did we want to be specific about what company, what painting? That's why I was like, let's leave it kind of, general, because there's so many other collabs out, and someone could be working another collab and working our projects and really having fun with us, posting, asking questions, coming to, our lives, so that they are just participating and they're doing what they love, which is whatever their project of choice is.
It doesn't matter what project. Let's say you want to do resin. That would be like what you love or what you want to do. Let's say you want to do cross stitch. You show your cross stitching like that. If you're doing crocheting or knitting or loom knitting, you show that. It's what you love to do. It's not, I mean, I love diamond painting, don't get me wrong. But you want to know my favorite passion?
Resin.
I love resin.
Yeah, I know it's resin. Look at these colors. Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Ah! This reminds me of Rebecca. Look at all of that pink.
Oh, wow.
It's saying, hi, Tia. Hi, what color hat should I put on today? This definitely reminds me of Rebecca. Yeah.
For me, I haven't found the colors. Not until March sometime, probably late in March, because we have to be out of here by the 1st of April. And that's not a joke. I know it's April Fool's, but seriously, that's not a joke. So we do have to be out of here by April 1st, to be exact.
We are going to will you through that move. I'd like to, because I know we only got a minute or so left, I would like to thank everyone for coming out tonight, for kicking off our Love is in the Air. Obviously, I'm trying to be animated, but I don't know if you guys know, my uncle is still in the hospital. That is the one that went in on Christmas Day, along with my aunt. They both were diagnosed with COVID. My aunt has since got out of the hospital. She recovered. And my uncle is still in. Earlier, probably Friday, I wasn't feeling well, and it just got worse and worse. My throat was bothering me. I slept a lot over the weekend, probably why you guys didn't see me in and out of a lot of lives. And my throat has been killing me. I have been sucking these things down. And so I'm trying to be a little lively as much as possible. My throat is numb right now, but my mom said I got it from kissing an old man. But I did want to go live tonight, while we still are hopeful with my uncle, and while I had just something to
I'll be praying for your uncle.
I appreciate that. I really do. So with that said, we only have about a minute left. That was my closing. I'd like to turn it over to you to say your goodbye, Riv.
Well, my usual goodbye is I always tell everyone many blessings and shalom, because shalom means peace and wholeness to you guys. Um, I am so thankful for this wonderful collab I'm having with Tia. I'm actually very happy she wanted to do a collab with me. And I have a couple little surprises up my little sleeve for her. And yes, they're resin related. But I'm very thankful for this collab with Tia, and I'm thankful for all the people that came in today. Thank you so much for coming in, and I appreciate you all. I think the rest goes to Tia to end.
Well, I'd like to thank you guys all for coming out. Stay tuned, for a couple of different videos. I want to do a planner video this week. Hopefully, everything will kind of slow down and I will be able to get that out. And then I'm going to do a clay video this week. I want to roll out my my personal pocket pal, not this one right here. This is a acrylic pocket pal. So mine will look a little different. But I hope that you guys still like it. It was made in this fashion. So we'll see. And hopefully you guys will be able to comment on that video. Thank you all for coming out. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. Thank you,
Um,
Riv, for joining in. Go ahead.
well, thank you for having me. And Audie, the answer is you don't have to have a question in the comments. It's basically tell people what you're working on for the start of this.
Yes. All right. And thank you all. You guys all have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys next week. Good night, Riv.
See you next week.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye-bye.